Hi guys, it's Dane Burway back again, and today I wanted to go over some Pilates with the Reformer bed. Now I know not everyone has a Reformer bed, but for those that have access at a gym or their local physio, I think these are some great running Pilates exercises. So I might just start with a bit of a leg routine. I'll do a bit of core, some glutes, and there's about 8 exercises, and I think you can do a pretty good workout in 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So let's get started. The first exercise is big V's, so I like to start on 4 springs. So this is a DMA portable Pilates machine. All the DMA Pilates springs are pretty similar. With 4 springs, just start out on your back, pads on your shoulders, legs turned out like a frog kick, and push through your heels. So pretty much this is your heaviest exercise of the lot, and I'd aim to do about 30 repetitions to 50 repetitions, just nice and slow. Keep your back flat, feel your core sucked in, feel your glutes tense each time you push. Each time you push, feel your glutes activate, feel your core activate. Okay, so that's about 15, 16, 17, 18, so these are called big V's. Keep the core in, feel the glutes, push through your heels. So you can do little V's, which are pretty similar, so you're on your toes, like that. Either or, I think it's a good exercise just to warm up your core and your glute muscles, but also good because it incorporates the calves and the quads. When you're doing the big V's, it's more just a quad and glute exercise. So try to do it reasonably fluent and flowing, but also not so fast that you don't have control and you're not thinking of the muscles. I suppose that's the basis of Pilates, is you're actually thinking about the movement as you do it. You're thinking about turning on your lazy muscles. Okay, so from there, so after 30 to 50 of the big V's, next I'd go on to unders and overs, so I'd go on 3 springs for that. So unders and overs is a single leg exercise. The first one you go over with your leg, then you go under the bar. Keep the core in, keep the back flat, really feel like you push through the glute on that weight bearing leg, that's weight bearing through the bar. Have it through your midfoot on the bar. Okay, I normally do about 20 of these. On each side. Keep thinking of core, keep thinking of your glute. Okay, other side, same thing. So one hand on your core, one hand on your glute. Push through the leg, feel your glute. Then the leg goes under, keep the back flat. Feel your glute working every time you push through the bar. Same thing, just push through your midfoot on the bar. Back flat. So about 20 repetitions of this one. So good glute and quad one. Very specific to running because you're on one leg. It's like you're doing squats. The great thing about the Reformer bed is you can do a lot of squats, but because you're pushing across gravity and just against the springs, you're not going to pull up as injured or sore the next day, so you can really work on your technique in a lighter environment. So a great starting point for learning squats and how to do a good technique with squats. And I like to think that you can gradually progress all these to, heavier and harder exercises over time, thinking about the same sort of technique principles. So feel your glute activate, feel your tummy suck in, keep your back nice and strong and straight. When you dip that leg under, often people want to arch their back, keep it neutral. Okay, so that's 20. Next one is calf raises. So keep it on the 3 springs. Have one leg up there, that's called tabletop. Let your heel drop under and then push up onto your toes. Nice and slowly down, nice and slowly up. So my knees locked straight, on my weight bearing leg, and all I'm doing is moving at the ankle, so I'm just pumping my ankle up and down. Nice and slow, feel the burn in your calf. So I normally do 2 sets of 10 of these. For the sake of the video, I'll just do 1 set of 10 and move on. 3 more. Make sure you don't bend that knee, keep it locked straight. The only thing that's moving is your ankle. It's nice to think of your glute firing as you push onto your toes, and you feel in your core as well. So you're not just thinking about your calf, but you're thinking about your whole body. Okay, and then other side, same thing. Feel your glute, feel your core, feel your calf. You almost feel all that leg firing, activating. And like I said, it's just great way to practice good technique with your calf raises. So pushing through all your toes, don't fan out to the left like a sickle foot. Like keep that foot nice and straight as you push through your toes. Use all your toes, don't use just the outside of your toes. Okay, 4 more. This is my weaker side. Done, left side. Okay. Now, so done all those legs. So the next one will be to move on to the skater and the scooter, which are good glute exercises and just about the best I reckon running exercises you can do in Pilates. So I put it on 1.5 springs, and first we'll do the skater. So you're just straightening that leg and then slowly back and keeping nice and square with your hips. So the only thing that is moving is my left leg, which is perched on the edge of the platform. Whereas this right leg, all my weight's going through the right leg, and often you start feeling through the weight-bearing glute. I often get people to do, roughly 30 of these, just till it burns through their hips, through their pelvic strength, their hip stabilizers. Such a good running one. Great for ITB rehab and great for patellofemoral runner's knee rehab. Great for just proximal strength development and stability, if that's one of your problems. Okay, for the sake of the video, I'll leave it there, but normally I do the other side, so I just reverse it, face the other way, stand like this, and then straighten the other leg, like that. I keep it on the same springs and move on to the scooter, so which is literally like you're on a scooter. You're standing in close next to the Reformer and then pushing back. My foot's just on one of the pedals, and the only leg is moving is that left leg. So once again, great hip stability exercise. I'd get people to do about 30 of these. Make sure that you're not arching your back as you push back, keeping your core nice and neutral. And once again, you often feel it on that right glute, that weight-bearing glute that you're standing on. Feel that glute activate as you push back. So about 30 of these. If it's feeling too easy, step back a little bit so that the springs have to stretch further as you push back. If it's feeling too hard and you can't balance, you can hold onto a wall or have a foam roller propped up and hold onto it. But yeah, step right forward so that you're not pushing against a heavier load. That's just a bit lighter. Once again, for the sake of the video, I'll leave it there. But normally I do 30 on each side of the scooter. Okay. So that's the glute stuff done. Then I'd move on to some core. So I'd leave it on the same springs, and then I'd lie back again. So 1.5 springs. Grab the ropes that every Reformer has, and then have your legs up at tabletop. The big one with this is to keep your back flat. Don't let it arch up as you pull down into a lat pull down and a sit up and straighten your legs. So 3 things. Bit of a brain teaser. So 20 of these. So a really good one for core. pulling down, using your lats, squeezing your shoulder blades together, feeling your tummy suck in. Keep that neck relaxed, don't tense too much through your neck. Relax through your shoulders. Okay, 8 more. 1, 2. So that leg I'm only extending to 45 degrees off the floor. And then I'm pulling my arms sort of like I'm sweeping through the water, like I'm doing sculling or doing life-saving backstroke. 2 more. Okay, great. So next, onto another core one where I'd go on to either one spring or a half a spring. If you're going pretty well with your core, I'd go on to half a spring, and this is called the knee stretch. So you stretch out into a plank, knees in, knees back, and then through. Out into a plank, knees in, knees out, and through. Plank, knees in, knees out, and through. That's it. So I'm on half a spring here. I'm making sure I'm not falling right through. I'm staying pretty square and straight from my knees to my shoulders. As I do that, I'm not rounding my back, I'm keeping my back flat. As I go back out, I'm going back really controlled, using my tummy so that I don't fly out. So, like I'm controlling it out. I'm not going really fast. Yep. I'm going in slow, and I'm not going really fast. That way I'm trying to control it out and then in. Okay, so 3 more for the sake of the video. But normally I do 20. Out, in, back, through. So out with the arms, in with just the knees, out with just the knees, and back with the arms to the starting point. Last one. Alright, and then I'd put it on one spring and do some arms, which is sort of doubles as a core exercise. These are called chariots, and this is the final one, guys, so you're almost there. So you're making sure that you're nice and straight, and you're not leaning right back. So a lot of people lean right back to pull with their arms, and you just pull through. So squeeze your shoulder blades back, like that. Then I'd alternate to palms up, rotate thumbs out, like that. Really squeeze your shoulder blades back. Once again, not using your back, like that. And then I'd go up to a position which is like hands up under a rest. So 90 degrees at your elbows and shoulders. Really using your muscles between your shoulder blades. So it's really good back one. Squeeze back, out, and up. Okay, so down. I do 30 of these, so 10 sets of 3. For the sake of the video, I'll just do 1 more set, or 2 more sets. So rowing through like that. Rotate a cuff by your side, and rotate a cuff at 90 degrees. Shoulder blade retraction. Externally rotate your shoulders there by your side. Externally rotate at 90 degrees. Okay, so you do 30 of those chariots, and that's a pretty good workout. I've used just about every muscle in my body. I feel like everything's turned on, and it's really good to do, like, especially if you've been sitting down all day with an office job. Now, obviously, this isn't practical for everyone, but if you do have access to your local physio, then do inquire, because often if you've got a video like this, and even if just you have a couple of one-on-one sessions with them, then you might feel like you could do like an unsupervised sort of Pilates regime twice a week at your local physio or your local gym. So do inquire. I think it's really worthwhile. That's why I made the video. Anyway, I'll keep doing these videos, and next week I'll do something that's a bit more practical for everyone, but I thought this was unique and something interesting. Okay, I hope you find it useful.